Hello, we are the Dizon family and we are representing the Filipino community. I'm Tyrone and this is my wife, MM. And we just want to share with you our Filipino Christmas tradition. And do you remember some of those moments, B?
Yes, during my childhood years in the Philippines, growing up, I remember attending the Simbang Gabi early morning with my lola, and I'm always looking forward to eat the freshly made puto bongbong and bibingka. How about you, Dad?
Well, yes, in the Philippines, after the Simbang Gabi, me and my friends will go to like visiting houses and we do carols. So I remember those bottle caps of like soda,
Sodas.
and what we do is we put them in a wire, and that's gonna be our
Tambourine.
tambourine. So we're using that whenever we're doing the
Caroling.
carols. So visiting the houses. I remember that.
And then now, here in the US, we made sure that Christmas is not because of the presents or the gifts that our kids is going to receive, but it's Jesus' birthday. Me and my husband, since our firstborn, we instilled to her, and now we have 6 kids. We instill to them that Christmas is not all about presents, but we always remember that it's Jesus' birthday.
We started this tradition of going to another parish on Christmas Day. So we have our local parish, our home parish that we always go to for the weekly masses. But on Christmas Day, we want to visit something special. So we used to go to St. Christopher in Moreno Valley when Father Joven was still alive, and we love his preaching. So we go there every Christmas. And then recently when he passed away, we are now going to St. Paul of the Apostle in Chino to visit and hear Father Joseph's message. So that's one of the tradition that we are doing as a family. How about you, B? Do you remember any tradition here in the US that we're doing?
When I first came here in 2005, I brought my family's tradition here in the US, and that's because what we do in the Philippines, we would go to every year we have a Christmas reunion or a Christmas gathering with our families and relatives. So we have a sponsor family during that day, and then we would have a meeting who will do it next year. So it's kind of like a reunion too. So when I came here, we first celebrated Christmas at his uncle's house, and then the next year I think it was our house, and then his brothers and his aunt.
Yeah. So basically, because I serve at Sacred Heart, so what I usually do is I go do the 5 p.m. Mass for the Christmas Eve. I think the 7 p.m. Christmas Eve Mass. And then what I do is our family will prepare now to have a dinner at 7. But then from 7 until 11:59, what we do as a family is we play games. We want to make sure that we are wide awake before we greet each other a Merry Christmas and sing Happy Birthday to Jesus at 12 midnight. So that's one of the things that I remember whenever we do the Christmas party. So we always have like one of either a host family, like a friend or especially in our family, to host the Christmas. And we're able to just go to their house, everyone
Share food
and games. Yep. And then we take photos, of course. Filipinos, they love photos. But then we also allow the children to open just one gift, and we ask them to open their gifts the following day. I anticipate on waking up in the morning, and with my kids, they're ready to open the gift, but we don't let them. Why? Because we want to make sure that we go to Mass first. We want to celebrate and welcome Jesus' birth and then also thank Him for all the things that He has done. And then we come home, we eat breakfast, and that's the time that they open up their gifts. As far as what you do, I think the most important on us Filipino in the Filipino community on celebrating our Filipino tradition during Christmas is not the what, but I think the why. Like what my wife is saying, why are we doing the Simbang Gabi, this 9-day novena wherein it starts from December 15 to December 23rd here in the US. We're actually doing that in Sacred Heart right now. So why do we do that? It's for me and for our family, it's about preparing our hearts on why we're celebrating Advent and why we are anticipating Christmas. And basically, it's just preparing our heart for Jesus to enter in our life, so that He's born in our hearts. So after Christmas, He's not just staying on Christmas Day, but
and Christmas should be every day.
Amen. So we want to make sure that as soon as He's born in our lives or in our hearts, we're able to share Him to other people. Yeah. Also, another why that I want to share with you is we're doing this Filipino tradition, even here in the US, and we want to build this culture wherein our kids will remember. Because like me growing up, I remember all these traditions that my mom and my dad were doing as a family. So now I'm passing that tradition to our children, so that when Christmas comes, this will be one of their happiest, most anticipated holiday of their lives, that they're able to come home, bring their friends, bring their family, and to remember what we do together as a family. So I love doing this tradition with our family, because I know we're passing that to them. So when they're ready to have their own family, they're able to also experience the same joy that we have.
Yes. One of my whys, why we do this Christmas tradition is, like what my husband said, so that our kids, even though we lived here in the US, we still bring and instill to them our Filipino tradition that makes Christmas special. So they would feel that what we felt. So Christmas is not only, they will say Christmas is the best in the Philippines. No, but it's the tradition and the togetherness of the families and friends that you bring from the Philippines, whatever you experience, and you bring it here in the US.
Yes. So like what my wife is saying with the tradition, and that's basically how our Catholic faith is evolving. And because of the tradition that's been passed from our fathers' fathers, and now to their children's children. And whenever we're doing that tradition, same thing with our Catholic faith, we're able to share that experience to the next generation. And they're able to experience that same joy and the same experience on how we are able to experience our relationship with Jesus.
Why do we do Simbang Gabi? It's because this is the one thing that I want to instill to our kids, that Christmas is not just gifts or reunions. It's your time with God, serving, in going to church every day for consecutive 9 days. It's a sacrifice in waking up early in the morning, because the King himself will be born. And I want them to remember that it's always Christ in Christmas.
Amen. Yeah, because I remember when I was young that my mom and my dad are asking me to go to the Simbang Gabi, and we go there like super early. So at first, of course, I didn't know and I don't like it, but eventually I realized that it's one of those things that they planted in my heart, and before I knew it, God is actually cultivating it and nourishing it and helping that seed grow. And now that seed is now a full-blown tree that has developed fruits that I want to share with our children. So yeah, it's right that we're doing this tradition, but we owe this to our grandparents, to our parents, or even uncles and aunts that are just forcing us to do all this tradition. Also, we know the what and the why, but the bigger question is the who. Who are you doing this for? Why or who are you doing this for? Your parents because they ask you to do so, or your wife or your husband because they ask you, hey, has been a Filipino tradition. Is that the person that you are doing this for? Or is it your children because you want to instill something in their hearts? So that's the bigger question that all of us need to answer. And the best answer for that is Jesus. That's the who. The reason why or who we are doing this for is for Jesus, because He has done so many amazing things in our lives. He's not just somebody that we're doing the Simbang Gabi to go to masses. No, this is something that we do for Him because of the gratefulness that we feel, because He has blessed us tremendously. And we hope and pray that you experience the same joy that we have whenever we anticipate Christmas. I mean, there's so many amazing stories that we can remember by celebrating Christmas.
Merry Christmas and God bless.